Her survivor story is one that a lot of people may have gone through, but the bigger problem is how to come out of it. Well, she's here with us this morning in the studio, as well as Councillor Foley, who joins us, so we can have a very interesting conversation. I'll allow Emefa to introduce her to us.
Now, the twist of it is that you know Christy Carter on TV, very bold, beautiful, confident, on top of her game, outspoken. I mean, when she's on the screen, you just love her. But apparently, she struggled with depression. She's had a heart broken before. And so what happens to people who come out as though they are very strong, very bold, and apparently are dealing with issues? Today on our survivor story is the beautiful Christy Carter. Hi, ma'am.
Hi, how are you?
I told you, she's a whole mood. I'm okay, thank you.
Oh, finally, nice to be here. And congratulations on your new show. I love it.
Welcome, Councillor. How are you doing?
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Good to have you again.
Yes.
Let me start off with you. Your bubbliness and your excitement and your is it a way of dealing with what you went through, or this is you? A quick one.
I think this is me.
Okay.
I think this is me. Anytime I'm dealing through something negative, I probably go back into the room and cry or something, and then come out again. Hey, what's up?
What was the story? What happened to you?
Okay. The story is basically I was young. I was a bit younger than way back in uni. I had to drop out of uni because I got pregnant with this guy.
How did you meet him?
It's like in school, he was like way higher than me, and I was just in the beginning of uni. So like, at that point, I felt like you said something off camera, young girls, those types.
Yeah.
So I was in love. I was like, okay, oh my God, this is it. And everybody was like, okay, you guys look good, and there was promises of marriage and everything because I was having a baby. And when the depression actually hit me was when I realized that okay, this marriage thing is not going to happen. Mm-hmm. So the fact that I dropped out of school for you, I have a baby for you, and you're no more there. And also at that point, that's when I realized that all my friends that I started with in school, everybody's doing something, everybody's having a good job, everybody's like, I felt left out. So I think that's when reality hit me, and the reality was when the depression came.
You couldn't come back to school when you got pregnant. Was that the case?
It was not that I couldn't come back to school, but I was schooling here in Ghana. Mm-hmm. And because I was schooling here in Ghana, I got pregnant and my parents moved to Nigeria, and I had to move back to Nigeria. And I was studying all over in Nigeria. The system is not like Ghana. Right. That's why you realize a lot of Nigerian students here. The schooling system is, it's not like Ghana. You have to go through hell. So I didn't see myself going through all that hell again. I'm like, no, this is not what I'm used to.
But tell me, your parents, how did they take this lightly that you're supposed to be in school and you're showing up with a certificate in your stomach?
That was also part of the whole thing, I love African parents. I love my parents, but African parents, they're, especially my dad. And being a first daughter from the tribe I come from in Nigeria, an Igbo, first daughter is supposed to be an example to all of them. So there was too much pressure of that. You need to be this. You should have been, by now you should have been this. By now you should have. So like every morning I wake up, I see my dad, I'm like,
oh Lord.
Usually there's the duration of the pregnancy is very heavy because did you live in regret during the time you were pregnant? And how were you even being able to even be strong, to carry yourself through the 9 months?
Funny enough, I was happy throughout the pregnancy. He was normal throughout the pregnancy. Okay. It was when I popped out the baby, everything just changed.
So boyfriend in quote was okay with
yeah.
the fact that you were pregnant,
yeah.
You were keeping in touch.
We were even planning marriage, but I went to I met that's when I was introduced to the mother. That's when I knew all that scam.
So how old were you to be so fascinated with marriage? How old were you?
I was in my 20s. I was in my 20s. I was happy, early 20s. I was so excited about the whole thing. It's not like I was fascinated about marriage, but then at that point you realize that, okay, the pregnancy is here and this guy wants to keep it too, and I'm like, okay, let's just do it.
You mentioned that introducing yourself to the parents now became a scam. What was happening?
He was living with his mom. I mean, it was just his mom because his dad passed. May he rest in peace. But it was a scam because you think because you've met the parents, that's a passport to marriage.
Okay.
No.
Let me come to Councillor on that. People who have the nerve, who are able to nurse the energy to take women to introduce to their parents, and apparently is quote unquote scam. What do you make of that?
Thank you. See, women, their first need is security.
Right.
So when they meet you, they want to feel safe and secure with you. So when we get into pregnancy, am I going to abort it? Is it going to be marriage? How secure the child and myself is? So one of the ways to make the woman feel secure is let's go and see my parents. Let's see my family. That by way of introducing the woman to the family, the lady becomes secure. That fear, in quoted, is over. At least I know I've known the parent. The parents know me. In case of anything, at least I can be sure that this is going to happen
That's
one
the
day.
thing. So what happened then after the baby popped up then?
So after the baby popped out, real colors started showing. A healthy pregnant woman, a healthy woman that just gave birth, nursing mother, is supposed to be a bit plump and everything. Like you get from maybe size 10 to size 12.
Yes.
Everybody sees, in my place, like when you're pregnant, everybody like, it's showing, you're breastfeeding baby, see your body. Everybody expecting that, but instead of that happening to me, I was like shrinking. I was shrinking without even knowing.
What was happening?
I wasn't eating.
He wasn't talking to you?
Like we
How
just.
did he particularly break your heart? He wasn't picking your calls?
There was just another woman in the picture, and then that's it. They were like, okay, I think you should go back to your parents. Go back to school. So that means of, like, that's rejection. Just go, be going.
So he started neglecting you deliberately.
Yeah, neglecting. Just be going. I'll come and see your parents. Just be. I'm like, but we're doing this together before.
Were your parents not fighting?
That's the thing. I didn't tell my parents everything that happened. But at some point they realized that, it's my dad especially. He just goes like, this marriage is not happening, no. It's not going to happen.
You've been expecting it, but
Yeah.
it's not
He
happening.
said, this marriage is not going to happen. It's better you just pick up yourself and go back to school. That's when reality sets in. Like, every morning I wake up, is it happening? Are they really going to come? But they said they're going to come and see my parents. I call, are you guys coming? What's going on? From different excuses, I was shrinking.
Was he
literally
also in
shrinking.
Nigeria while he was in Ghana?
Yes, but he was in. So another thing that like messed me up was you were able to finish school, and you don't care if I finish school or not.
He was able to
Yeah.
go back. Is he Ghanaian or Nigerian?
No, he's Nigerian, and you are living your life. You are flexing on social media.
Now, the part that I want you to harness most is that you're a mentor now.
Yeah.
People look up to you on TV. Young women are looking. I'm going to go to the counselor actually. But how did you break out? How did you restart your life?
I reached.
And does he see you? Is it possible he's watching you?
The revenge,
I think he sees me.
He sees you.
I think he sees
Does
me.
it give you some excitement to know that the best revenge is your society?
Oh, I love it. I love it right now. So like, even when he tries to reach out to talk, he says, oh, okay, just talk. Like, how are you? Oh, very fine. Very good.
Are you very fine?
I am very fine, actually. I'm very
She
fine.
asked, how did
Because
you
for
come
the
out of it?
fact that I can talk about it,
Yeah.
because I've spoken to a lot of therapists, and when I talk about it, they're like, oh, you can actually talk about it. So that means you're good. You can share your story. How did I come out of it? For me, I didn't have to see a therapist then.
Okay.
I think I just came out of it from the fact that I told myself I need to go back to school. I was suicidal. I was very suicidal at some point.
Wow.
But when I look at the face of my baby just makes me happy. So I think he was one of the inspirations to getting better. I'm like, if I don't get better, if I die, who will take care of this cute guy? Do you understand?
Yeah.
So that was what
that
was going on. Yeah.
Let me come to Counselor real quickly. We just have about 4 minutes left, and she said how she was coming out and she took inspiration from the child. For others,
Who
what would be the
probably won't have a child,
guidelines,
yeah.
the steps or things to do to come out of such a state of depression?
All right. We believe that we are all spirit. We have a soul and we are in a body.
Yes.
That is how human beings are. One thing the body can contain is, the spirit can contain is a sick body. You can be sick and spirit can contain you. But when the spirit is crushed, it can contain it. Even the good book says it. So when heart breaks, your heart is the center of your life. If heart breaks like this happen to you, you feel like your spirit has crashed. Things you love to do, you don't want to do them anymore. I don't want to eat. I don't want to go to any place. I want to just stay inside, lock myself. So people like that, they have two things that happen. Some become more introvert. They lock themselves out and they cry more. They ignore family and friends, avoid people. Others become extremely extrovert. That's why they get into bar, club, sleep with any other persons, do all sorts of things.
Just
Try
to
to
find
replace the pain with human beings. and they end up using people in the name of that. Sometimes they could even look for their boyfriend, the kind of people the boyfriend doesn't like. Let me date that person to get back.
get you.
Revenge.
That's what those people do. But all this is, go back to the last point, that accept it,
Right.
that this relationship is over. Accept it that this is not going to add up to you. We don't accept it, we deny, we avoid it, and sometimes we want to escape by getting into another relationship. People get into a relationship within the next week, they are in another relationship, pretending to be happy, but they are not happy. So accept it and regain yourself. How do you regain yourself? Accept that you're going to start all over again. Your emotions, you have to get it back. Your right, you have to get it back. Your what do you call your psychological, your mind, everything you are getting back. Because during that particular process, you become so suicidal that you wish you could even take up yourself. Sometimes when people come around, you just see the person like, oh, he's going to do the same thing someone did to me. You see it just through what is happening. But when you lay back and realize, I'm not even a failure. It's just one part of life, one part of the relationship. It didn't work. It's not a failure. The last part of this is, people do ask questions. Can I really get back to my old state? Can I get somebody better one day? Which is very true. I asked them, look at your previous picture when you were 5 years back, and who you are today. Which one look better? At least today is better than 5 years.
Yes.
Ask yourself, the next 1 year or 2 years, what will you be? You become better. So at least there's a hope for you over there. And cut up conversation with your ex. When it's done, it's done. Stop calling, stop sending messages, stop sending gifts. Stop telling people to talk to them. Stop following the status, the DP and stuff like that. It do you no good. Cut it off. Spend that time on you. Develop more interest. Get some hobby. Get some book. Read something that add up to you.
Counselor, that's just great words you just shared. I want to just bounce it off her and just get her reaction on this quickly before we have just a minute left. Who are you now? Are you the same person? Or you've changed and will not allow anybody else into your life?
Oh, I think I'm still the same chick. I'm still the same person because I learned from it, but I would not treat everybody the same way. I just want to be happy. That's the thing. I don't want to go through life being bitter.
Have you met other men?
I've met people, but
How do you react to them as well?
how do I react to them? Yes, I have my walls built around me, but I just give you time. I try to know you? Yeah, I try to know you.
Did you have a heartbreak beyond that time again?
You're
real.
guarded,
How?
girl. Aren't you guarded?
Can't happen.
Wow, our time is up, but I really wish we could have expanded on this conversation. You are a survivor. I mean, you've gone through this to the point where you nearly even decided to end it, but yet you stand on your feet again, and here you are. And just like what Counselor said, 5 years ago, that picture, today, we'll look at you 5 years tomorrow, and it's even a better picture of yourself.
Yes, and I like to say that we're so grateful, young women looking up to you, Christy Carter, and we thank you for sharing the story so that it inspires a young woman out there to know that you can still look beautiful, do what you have to do. Chris is doing it, and then you can even do better. Thank you so much,
Thank
Christy.
you so
Thank you.
much for
Thank you
joining
so
us
much.
this morning.
Yeah.